All right. So remember back on Tuesday when we were going over our friction lab, we talked about speed, calculating speed of our car. Um, Today you're going to do a little bit of practice since the graphing lesson was pretty fast. You should have some time to complete these. I did want to show you an example though, so you do exactly what I ask you to do. Each part of the problem will count different points. All right, so the nice thing about this worksheet, it tells us if we are solving for speed or time or distance. Questions won't always be divided like that, so you have to look for what it's asking you for, and we'll do a little practice of that when I get back on Monday. It has already given you the formulas for speed, time, and distance, but on your paper, I'd like you to go ahead and do the formula triangle. They will give you speed equals distance divided by time. They'll give that to you on the periodic table on the back, right? The reference sheet. Because the D and the T are divided, the D has to go on top of the formula triangle because D, distance, is divided by time. The only space left is right here for the S, right? And we know that those are multiplied. All right. And again, remember when you don't know something, you cover it up. So speed equals distance divided by time. Time equals distance divided by speed. And distance equals speed times time. There you go. But what's nice is those formulas are already written for you. You are going to have to include them every time you do a problem. So when you're working these speed problems, you're going to write speed equals distance divided by time for every single one of them. When you're working these time problems, you're going to put T equals distance divided by speed, right, for every single one of those. And then when you're doing distance, you're going to put distance, or you could use a little d, equals speed times time for every single one of those. And then I want you to attempt this challenge problem. All right. After we write the equation, then we fill in the variables or what we know. We know in this problem that the distance, it says if a car travels 400 meters. So distance is always going to be meters, or centimeters, or kilometers, something like that. Miles, they might have miles, any one of those. So in this case, we have 400 meters. That's our distance divided by 20 seconds. Make sure you write these units. If you don't, I'm going to count off. So there are 11 problems, are each worth 9 points apiece. So I'll probably do 3 points for the equation and 3 points for this and 3 points for the answer maybe. And if you leave the units off, that may cost you a couple of points or maybe even 3, I don't know. Anyway, don't leave off the units. And then you're going to put it in your calculator. So 400 divided by 20 is probably, well, if I multiply 2, it's probably 20. I don't have a calculator close by, but yeah, it's 20. So I just gave you the answer to the first one. You cannot leave it just the answer. You have to, whatever your unit is right here, goes right here, which is why it's very important to carry our units. So the speed is 20 meters per second. So you're going to follow that same equation, variables, answer with the units for every single question on this paper. All right. There should be probably a calculator on your computer, or borrow a blue calculator or a TI Nspire. Thank you very much. And tomorrow you will have a graphing packet, maybe an explanation video. Not quite sure what I'm going to do for Friday. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.